Hello, dear students. This is your Niladri Desa, and today, briefly, we'll take a look into how to prepare for the assessment for Capgemini. Not technically, rather, how to take it from a system perspective. What are the things you should know, and for what are the things you should be ready about? Let's get started. So in this small tutorial, I'll be talking about what are the guidelines you should follow, not the general guidelines, rather all the guidelines or the very specific guidelines where usually we'll do mistakes. Those I will be talking here. Also, how to do the system checking, and as a student, what's supposed to be your responsibility to get it done. And if at all there is a problem, what are the problems can usually occur and how you supposed to solve those problems. Let's see. Starting with the guidelines. Now, first thing first, importantly, you should be receiving the login credentials for system check as well as for the main interview, main written test. Now, the login credentials will be coming to you via mail. If some of you have already received, some of you are yet to receive. However, for everybody, you will be getting the login credentials. Once you get the login credential, before you start the system check or you start taking the actual assessment, you should note down that one on a separate paper. Reason behind, once you start the test window will become full screen and you cannot check this login credentials from your email. So it is very important that you should note down those details on a piece of paper. Once you have noted down that, I strongly advise everybody to go to this particular URL and download this PDF file. This PDF file is also been sent to you via CoCubes when you have got the login credential. In the same email, you might have got a link of this file also. This file is not very lengthy and that has got very valuable some of the information. Once it has been done, you will be checking your system requirement as per the document mentioned here. You will be installing the web browser. Chrome is preferable. That's what the document is recommending. And you should update the web browser if it is already installed. Once this has been done, you should also get access or give the access for the webcam and as well as for the microphone as the steps mentioned in this document. Once that is been done, you should clear the cache from your system as well as from the web browser. How to do that? For that also, the steps are mentioned in this document. After this presentation, I strongly recommend everybody to go and download this document and read the instructions very, very carefully. I will also give the link in the description of this video. Once every steps have been carefully understood, you should download the SAP tool, that is Secure Assessment Browser. Once you download this, once again, remember, once you install, this tool will become full screen and you will not be able to access any other tabs or any program from your computer. So be very, very careful on that. Now, for system verification, how you supposed to start and what are the things you should be careful about? Let's see. So once you download the SAP browser or SAP tool, initially you might get some problem, something like this, where it says Windows protected your PC. That means Windows is not allowing you to install this tool. What are you supposed to do? Click on this button, More Info. And once you click on this button, More Info, you will be getting one more tool next to Don't Run. And that button will say Install Anyways. Once you click on Install Anyways, it will get installed. Once you install this and get the application running, you will be getting this kind of an interface. What is this interface? Here, you should be able to start your test for the main test as well as the system check. Here, on the right hand side, you should get all the green tick marks for all of these options. Like, what is your operating system? Is it compatible? What is your screen size? Is it compatible? Whether the timer can run on your computer, all those options should be there. If any of these are unchecked or you are getting a red cross mark in case of any of these options, then you should take the necessary step. How to solve those problems, that is also mentioned in the document which I mentioned earlier. Now, once again, you might have received this particular email. If at all not, you probably will be receiving this email in some times. And then you will be getting the first option, which is says system key, system check passkey. Note down this key, and in this window, you should be able to enter those information. So once again, taking a look into this mail, first information is required for us. It's called access token or assessment URL. The access token is Capgemini 20 in this example, in this case, and in the home screen, you should be entering that where it says access token. Once you enter that, you should click on start test. The moment you click on start test, you will be getting this particular screen, and on this screen, they will be asking all the information whichever are required and whichever all are available in the email which you have received. The superset ID, your hall ticket number, date of birth, as well as the passkey. Once all these informations are filled in, you should click on the button start assessment. The moment you click on start assessment, in the second page, you will be getting something like this. This is once again only for the system check. For the real test, it will be a different screen. But right now, system check is most important for us. So I'm talking about the system check. Once this screen is displayed here, you will be getting all this necessary information. And if at all there is an error, once again that error will be displayed here. Any error. Now, if everything is fine, you should be clicking on proceed to next step. And in the next screen, you should get this information where it says, thank you, system check is successfully completed. That means everything is perfectly all right for your computer. And then there are some other options which right now we don't need at all. This is the only one line, which was only one text, which is required at this point in time for us. Once this has been done, there will be a continue button or a logout button on the top right corner. Once you click on that, you will be forwarded to this page. This page says, thank you for expressing your interest in Capgemini. Your system check test has been successfully completed. So this is the status message, or this is the message what we are all expecting if everything is fine in your computer. If at all something goes wrong, you will not be getting this text. If anything goes wrong, please reach us to us or the coordinators. Now, this tool will be closing automatically after a couple of seconds, 3 to 4 seconds, this will close. And this is the very final step to perform your system checkup. Coordinators might ask you for a proof that whether your system is working fine or not. In that case, you should be presenting this screenshot from your system. All right. Now, the last part, what I also wanted to talk to you is technical problems and solutions. There might be some problem. Mostly, there will not be any issues at all because CoCube is a very trustable option for hosting assessments, and mostly you will not be getting any problem at all. However, there are some generic problem which might happen. You should not panic, and you should be able to solve it if you follow the rest of my presentation here. Please listen carefully. Now, in the very first phase, there can be a test page login error. Okay. During this login, you might get one error which says, please verify the provided information. That means what are the data you have mentioned here? Those all must be correct as per the email you have received. But if you mention one additional space at the end of the superset ID or at the end of your hall ticket number or at the end of your passkey, that will not be acceptable. You have to enter the details as it is without any extra character or any extra space. If everything is fine, if you have followed that, you will not be getting this error and you will be able to start the assessment. Next, you might get some internet issues. The internet issue, if at all it is appearing, it will show like that, connecting with server, trial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will keep on trying. What you're supposed to do here is you should be closing the browser. You should be reopening the browser, and before reopening the browser and starting the test once again, please ensure that your internet connection is very, very stable. If your current internet connection is giving you a problem, try to shift to a different internet connection, a different Wi-Fi or a different mobile hotspot. Now, if at all you get this error, Do not panic once again. Please continue the test after resolving this problem. But at the end of the test, please mention your CoCube ID, your name, and your hall ticket number to your administrator or to your coordinator. Do not worry, this all problem can be solved. Now, there can be one more problem where the answers are not been submitted. If at all the answers are not been submitted, please wait and please continue the exam. You can do one thing. You can close the browser. You can reopen the browser. Once you log in, your test will be starting exactly from that point in time. And you should not be worried about that. Your timer will not run. You will not lose any of the time. And if you close and reopen and start, your timer will start exactly where you have left out. Your test, the previous questions will exactly start what you have answered. So once again, there is no problem. So this problem where only one or two answers are not been submitted. This is another problem where the final test is not submitted. At this case, you should only wait. You should not close the browser and you should not be getting into any panic mode. Please focus and wait until this process is completed. If at all it is taking a very long time, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, then check the internet connection without closing the browser. Please check the internet connection without closing the browser. Once internet is getting stable, automatically this test will be submitted. We don't have to worry about that. Next. Now, during the examination, there might be some problem where you are unable to get a stable internet connection, or if your internet connection is fluctuating. Nothing to worry, friends. This case, it will be showing like this, where the test is actually getting loaded and your timer will not run for that time. That means you will not be losing any time. You should check the internet connection and you should continue the assessment. If this problem persists for a very long time, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then close the browser, reopen after verifying your proper internet connection. There can be another error which says unable to load paper, check internet connection and login error again. So again, you have to close the browser and log in again as suggested in this error message. Finally, there can be a mic and camera error. The mic and camera error also can be solved very easily. There will be an error message saying that they will show the camera and the mic symbol and then say you cannot continue with the assessment without providing the consent. And sometimes it can also show unable to set up audio proctoring. In those cases, on top of your browser, you will be getting one option where you have to allow the webcam and the microphone for CoCube access. You have to click on the yes button. Then this error will be resolved and you will be able to continue that. Now, for the mobile phones, this can be one error which might come. There, you have to only go ahead and close the application, restart your cell phone, check the internet connection once again, and then turn on the app. However, strongly we are recommending all of you to take the assessments from a laptop devices or a desktop device with camera and microphone. We request you to avoid a mobile phone because it is not that comfortable to take this kind of assessments from the cell phones. So that is pretty much it, all friends, and hope your test will be successful. Get the system verification done as soon as you get this link and you understand what is to be done for that. Thank you. Once again, if you have any problem, please feel free to reach us. Thank you.